Have you ever looked at a string of numbers and just felt like there was a secret message hiding in plain sight? Well, you're not wrong. Numbers often follow these hidden patterns, and today we're going to be detectives and learn how to crack their codes. Okay, let's dive right in with our first mystery. Take a look at this. 3, 6, 9, 12. What number do you think comes next? Just hold that thought, because by the time we're done here, you'll be able to solve this one and a whole lot more just like it. So, first things first, let's get our official detective gear. This list of numbers, it's called a sequence. It's really just a fancy word for numbers that are lined up in a specific order because they're all following the same secret rule. And our job, it's to find that rule. So, where do we start looking for clues? Well, the first and most common type of code you'll find is based on the power of addition. A ton of sequences are built just by adding the same number over and over and over again. Let's investigate. Here we go, case file number 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. Now, it might look simple, but this is where we learn the most important technique. Just ask yourself, how do we get from 2 to 4? And then from 4 to 6, from 6 to 8? And there it is. That's the secret. The jump between each number is exactly the same. We're just adding 2 to get to the next number in line. From 2 to 4, that's a jump of +2. From 4 to 6, another +2. This consistent jump is our first huge clue. So that +2 jump we just found, we call that the rule. The rule is the one single consistent action that unlocks the entire sequence. Seriously, finding the rule is the whole game. Once you know the rule, you can keep that pattern going forever. All right, you've seen how this works. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. Here's case file number 2. 5, 10, 15, 20. Look for the jump. What's the consistent action happening here? That's it. The rule is +5. 5 to 10 is a jump of 5. 10 to 15 is a jump of 5. See? It's the same method, just a different case file, which means the next number would have to be 25. Okay, let's go even faster. Don't let the bigger numbers fool you, all right? Look at case file number 3. 50, 60, 70, 80. The method is exactly the same. What's the jump? The jump is +10. Perfect. How about this one? 1, 2, 3. The jump is +1. Or 100, 200, 300. The jump is +100. What about 7, 14, 21? The jump is +7. The key thing is once you spot that consistent jump, you've cracked the code. You are totally getting the hang of this. All right, detective, time for a plot twist. What if the numbers aren't going up? What if they're going down? Don't worry, the same logic works, we just have to think in reverse. Let's open a new case file. We've got 20, then 15, then 10, then 5. The numbers are getting smaller. We're obviously not adding anymore. So what's the jump this time? And here's where it gets interesting. The jump can be a negative number. The rule is -5. 20 minus 5 gets you 15. 15 minus 5 gets you 10. It's the same core idea of a consistent jump, it's just going in the other direction. Okay, let's lock in this new skill right away. Case file number 5, 100, 90, 80. What's the pattern? What's the rule that's connecting all these numbers? The rule is -10. Simple as that. So what about 9, 8, 7? The rule is -1. Or 33, 30, 27? The rule is -3. Or how about 500, 450, 400? The rule is -50. See the pattern? It's the exact same detective work whether you're adding or subtracting. So far, we've been cracking these cases one by one. But what if we could find a master key? A way to write a rule that works for any sequence of that type, no matter what number it starts with. This is how we go from being a detective to being the chief of police. So how could we describe that add 2 pattern without even needing the number 2 to start with? How do we write a rule that just says add 2 to whatever number you currently have? Here's the trick. We use a powerful new tool, a variable. We just use a letter, usually X, as a placeholder. Think of it like a blank space on a form. It just means whatever number you happen to be starting with. This one little idea changes everything. Take a look. On the left, you see our specific case, 2, 4, 6, 8. But on the right, You see the master key, x plus 2. This little formula doesn't just describe our sequence, it describes any sequence that adds 2, whether it starts at 2 or 200 or even 2 million. It's a universal rule. Okay, let's do a quick inventory of our detective toolkit. We know a sequence is an ordered list of numbers. We know how to find the jump between them to discover the rule, which can be adding or subtracting. And now we have a variable, which lets us write that rule as a master key for everything. You've learned the methods, you've cracked the codes, you've assembled your toolkit. The training montage is officially over. Now it's time for your final test. You have everything you need. Look at this sequence: 5, 9, 13, 17. Find the jump, state the rule, and tell me what comes next. Now that you can see the hidden language of numbers, you're going to start noticing these patterns everywhere. The codes are out there, just waiting for you to crack them.